Hello and welcome to our little rewilding project here in France, where we're planting trees, lots and lots of trees. Now we're planting between, well, at least 1,000 trees. I'm hoping to do more than that. I think it's going to be more than that, to be fair, on 2 hectares of land that we've got here. And the thing I love about this project is, it's sort of, for me, it's a bit like permaculture. And it's this symbiotic kind of relationship between the trees, the other plants and stuff like that we're growing, shrubs and what have you, but with human beings, but also with the animals. And that's kind of what permaculture is. It's that relationship between living creatures and plants. That's what it is. It's a series of relationships and how they feed and nurture, provide habitat for all living creatures. And that includes us. End of the day, we chop trees down and put them in our roofs to cover our heads with tiles. So they're incredibly important things. There's only many trees they get cut down, don't they, and not replaced. And it's not, it's not just places like, for instance, the rainforest, what have you. It happens all over the place, You've got farmers and what have you. They do tend to like to cut the trees down and they don't replace them, which is quite sad to see. There should be more governance there, really, but unfortunately, there isn't enough money, I suppose, to keep a check of these things. But you see, I'm trying to do my best, and so's my dear missus, and she works really hard in looking after this little piece of land here and planting the trees and propagating the trees and buying the trees and sourcing them, what have you, and also the bits and pieces we need to go along with it. And it's not just the tree, is it? I didn't even think about this at the time when we actually started this project, me and Mrs. And when we first started the project, I didn't even think that we might need stakes. Might need tree protectors, might need this, might be that. Now, at first, we'll get away with the tree protectors, but there can't be any animals on this land. But we do, because there's 2 trees over there that have been nibbled. And I know that ain't rabbits, There's obviously the deers that ended up in the field, and they've nibbled the bark off a couple of the trees. Luckily, it isn't all the way around, so the tree will survive. But it just makes you aware of all the extra little things you have to do. And one of the things we really got to get on top of, desperately need a machine. Now, currently we're using our ride-on mowers called a Ferris IS3000 zero-turn machine. That's somewhat the councils use to cut all the verges and that in the UK, like Skag. It's very much like that. And it's a professional bit of kit, but it's not designed for this. Now, although that whiz around trees and stuff like that, the problem is I have to keep on top of it because it's not designed for long grass. So that's something we need to get on top of. And also we need to purchase at some point. So maybe we'll get a sponsor. Is anyone out there want to sponsor us a machine? Oh, crikey, that'd be bliss. I really would. Because it is hard work. It's really hard work to keep on top of the grass because I have to cut it so often just so we can keep on top of it. So that's a nightmare. So I have to cut it every week. And although we haven't been able to, as you can tell by the state that it's in, we've had to... well, we couldn't. It was just raining all the time. It's been so much rain. Oh, it's unbelievable how much rain there's been. Oh, it's been nuts. So, so that would be really, really useful to say the least. But like I say, but also we need some stakes and we need support for the trees, especially the isolated trees. The coppices don't need it, but all the arbors, they don't need it. But the other trees do. They're okay at the moment. Well, they're whippy. Do you know what I mean? Mr. Whippy. When they're whippy, they ain't gonna hurt them. But when they start stiffening up and they start getting more hardwood near the base of the tree, we do need to make sure they've got support. Definitely, because where we are with this land as well, we do have quite a lot of water on this land, like high water table. And in fact, there's a source just over there, so we have to think about that as well. That's one of the reasons why we plant quite a few willows, because willows like it. They like the boggy soil. Somebody mentioned it actually in one of the previous videos about they like, willows seem to like a lot of water. They do, and that's a good reason to plant willow there. But not just plant willow. Planting quite a few different species of trees. quite a few in fact. A lot of deciduous, obviously. They're mainly deciduous. We've got 1 or 2 conifers. I think we've got 6 conifers actually in total. But we planted them years ago. We're not planting anymore. It provides winter habitat, you see, for the animals and a bit of shelter. Because that's kind of the idea what we have in mind. We call it a rewilding project. Is it really rewilding? It's because rewilding technically is you basically leave it alone effectively and just allow the nature to do its thing. You can help it along, but you allow nature to do its thing, and you have a few fell trees and a bit of rotting this, a bit of rotting that, and allow the vegetation to do its thing. But we want it to be more managed, especially in the early stages. And we're designating areas to remain wild, and we've done that in the corner now, over there. Let me show you. In the far corner, I did a video the other day about it, where we've left that to just go wild, basically. And we'll be planting some other stuff in there, like cornflower and poppies and all sorts of stuff. You know, foxgloves, your digitalis, and trying to encourage more wildlife. That's what we've got to do. We need to. It's all very well saying, "Oh, it's going to have to keep it all green," you know, but it'd be nice to have some flowers amongst it as well, some wildflowers, because that will encourage the bees and give the bees something to, other than just one species of plant. They need a variety, a bit of everything, you see. And although the bees that absolutely love the willow early in the year, we want to make sure they've got something, always got something. The bees are incredibly important. And the thing is, we're not using any pesticides on this piece of land or anything like that either, you see. So that's obviously very important criteria. One thing, we don't like that sort of thing anyway, and we refrain from using it in the potager, the veggie garden, which is there behind the solar panels. And we only use it if we really, really, really have to. We've got no choice. And that's usually things like doryphores and stuff like that. There's not much else you can do. You can pick them off as much as you like. You just can't get more. It's impossible. All you got to have is one leaf with little orange larvae hiding in that one leaf, and that's it. You're devastated. You lost all your crop. So I do think there's a bit of a balance, and you have to kind of balance the good and the bad, don't you? And I suppose you can offset. I suppose, yeah. Anything negative you do, maybe offset it with doing more positive stuff. It'd be quite nice if we all did that, wouldn't it, really? I think so. But I don't know. Do you know what another thing about this project? Well, it's not moving as fast as I'd like, but it's one of them things. Some of it's our health and that as well, it slows us down. But it's the grounding of it. What I mean by that is, for me and my dear missus, one thing is the response that we've had from people, because I don't just talk about it on this channel, I talk about it on other channels as well, and the response I've had from people regarding has been so positive, You get the casual person that's not that positive, but, as a whole, people are really, really positive, and they can see how important it is. And I just want to inspire people. Does it make any sense? Just want to inspire people to just make a change, I suppose. Do something for themselves as well. Now, although we're happy to accept donations and what have you, and we'll plant trees on your behalf, I'll put a sign there with the tree, what have you. Your name on, or maybe memory of a loved one or pet, or whatever you, what have you. So I've got fibromyalgia, so my voice goes. But it's just nice. It's just, like I say, it's grounding, and it's kind of revived my faith in people as well. I think people are inherently good, to be honest. Okay, some people aren't, but there's a lot of very good, very decent people out there. You can see the problems and the environment, what have you, and little projects like this hopefully will inspire other people to do the same thing, on whatever scale it might be. Maybe it just, putting something out for the bees or something, or for the birds, just encourage the wildlife instead of just ignoring it. You know, it's like during the pandemic. How many of you were out there, who said, because I know we noticed it ourselves, there was more wildlife during lockdowns. There was, just was. And you could hear the bird song and stuff like that because there wasn't so many cars on the roads. For here, for instance, when you look up, you can't see it for a moment because it's cloudy. Yeah, it's probably going to be more rain. But it's the sky was clear. And what I mean by that is that normally, because we're on like flight run here for Limoges Airport in France, and the sky was usually absolutely full of, but lots and lots of, that's exaggeration. There's loads and loads of vapour trails, from the Boeings, if they're not crashing and those. So anyway, there's lots and lots of vapour trails from these aeroplanes, what have you. But during lockdowns, there weren't any. It was clear. The sky was clear. It was lovely. And what sounds silly, but it was lovely. It wasn't because, let's say, the actual fact there was no vapour trails and that really affects you. But it's like it's iconic, like semiotics are iconic. So it's just kind of it's a symbol. Yeah, it's a symbol of nature, how it could be. I just like it, I kind of like the peace and quiet as well, to be honest. So I'm just sitting there in my well seat. There it is, literally sitting in the well. Don't worry, I won't fall in. And it's just, for me, it's really good because I suffer with fibromyalgia and physically struggle. That's why it's something being a bit slower doing this, as in physically doing this project. And if I have to manage myself to do it, so it's just nice to be able to appreciate it and appreciate nature and have someone to sit and do it. I think it's very important, don't you? I think more of us need to just do a bit, And if it isn't just actually doing your bit and actually doing something physical, go and enjoy nature. I think that's the key. That is the key. Because if you enjoy the nature, you'll embrace the nature. And that process of embracing nature, you'll look after nature. You'll appreciate it. That's what I reckon. Toodaloo.